When I first started working in Sweden, there were moments I genuinely wondered, do people not like me? Because people were polite, friendly even, but somehow I still felt invisible. At the coffee machine, people would say, hey, and then silence. In meetings, I would say something or suggest an idea, and sometimes nobody reacted at all. Not, that's an interesting point, or that's not really the right direction. People would just continue talking about something else. And honestly, sometimes that felt frustrating. Like, am I actually part of this team? Am I invisible here? And over time, I realized something important. In many cases, people were not trying to exclude me. I was just stepping into a culture where social signals worked differently from what I was used to. And I think that's one of the hardest parts for many internationals in Sweden, because you're physically there, but socially and professionally, sometimes you still feel unseen. And after a while, that feeling can quietly affect your confidence too. Because when people don't naturally respond to you, include you, or think of you, you slowly start wondering if you really belong here. One thing I slowly realized was that silence here can mean different things. Sometimes people are thinking, sometimes they disagree, sometimes they feel uncomfortable, and sometimes silence means absolutely nothing negative at all. But if you didn't grow up reading those signals, it can be very difficult to know what people actually mean. In some cultures, communication is much more direct and visible. People react quickly, interrupt, debate openly, show enthusiasm clearly. So when you suddenly enter a quieter environment, it can feel like nobody is responding to you, and after a while, you start overthinking everything. Did I say something wrong? Was that a stupid idea? Should I stop talking? And honestly, I think I slowly became quieter myself for a while because of that. Because when you constantly feel unsure about how people react to you, you naturally start holding yourself back a little. And the difficult thing is, the quieter you become, the more invisible you sometimes start feeling. And another thing that confused me at the beginning was that people were actually very nice, helpful, professional, respectful, but still it could feel difficult to become part of the group socially, especially during Fika. I remember moments where I was physically sitting there with everyone, but somehow still felt outside the conversation. And I think that feeling can actually be quite difficult emotionally, because being treated equally is not always the same as feeling included. And at the beginning, this confused me a lot. In some places I've lived and worked, people become socially warm quite quickly. You walk into the office on Monday and people ask, how was your weekend? What did you do? People start conversations easily, even if they don't know you very well yet. But here in Sweden, I often felt people waited a bit longer before becoming socially open. People stayed polite and respectful, but many seemed more comfortable interacting with people they already knew well. And I think this also affects work life more than many people realize, because social connection and professional visibility are often linked. Sometimes the challenge is not your competence, it's simply that people don't know you well enough yet to naturally think of you, to invite you into conversations, into meetings, into collaborations. And when you're new to the culture, language, or workplace, it can take time before you become part of that natural flow. But once the trust starts building, relationships often start feeling much more genuine and stable. One thing I had to be careful about was not slowly disappearing myself. Because when you constantly feel unsure socially and professionally, it becomes very tempting to speak less, stay quiet, avoid bothering people, and just try to fit in. But I realized something important. People don't always automatically pull you into conversations here. Not because anything is wrong, but because people here often try to respect your space and independence. The social style can feel a bit more low pressure and self-directed, and people naturally gravitate towards the people they already know well. And when you're new, it can simply take longer before people naturally start including you more. So sometimes you have to take the first step yourself, or stay present even when interactions feel small. For example, stay a little longer at Fika. Ask one more question. Start a small conversation at the coffee machine. Invite yourself to a meeting if you think it's relevant to your work. And gradually, people start becoming more familiar and comfortable with you too. And I think this can create another kind of pressure. Because after a while, you start wondering, should I change myself to fit in better? And honestly, living abroad for almost 25 years now, first in the UK and then Sweden, I've slowly realized something. I'll probably never be fully British or fully Swedish. And I actually don't think that should be the goal. What helped me more was keeping an open mind, understanding the social rhythm better, adapting where necessary, while still being myself. And honestly, changing my interpretation of things helped a lot. Because at the beginning, I interpreted many situations emotionally. Silence meant rejection. Distance meant dislike. Lack of reaction meant failure. I remember once, during a Teams meeting, I asked a colleague a question, and the meeting just continued as if I hadn't said anything. I knew people heard me, so honestly, I felt confused and a bit annoyed. But later, another colleague explained to me that the person was new and probably didn't know the answer. If I were in that situation, I would probably just said, "Sorry, I don't know." And that was another moment where I realized people are often communicating differently from what I was used to interpreting. So gradually, I started participating more in meetings again, started asking people about their weekends more, started sharing more of my own stories too, and things slowly started changing. Not because I suddenly became exactly the same as everyone else, but because I stopped fighting the environment emotionally all the time. And I slowly became more visible naturally, simply because people gradually got to know me better as a person. If you've ever felt invisible at work in Sweden, I really don't think you're alone in that feeling, especially as an international professional trying to rebuild confidence, career, and life here. A lot of people are quietly going through the same thing. And if you are navigating this yourself, trying to understand the social side of work life in Sweden, and struggling to find your place in it, I would love to help. So I've opened a few free one-to-one sessions. You can find the link in the description. Being invisible and being unwanted are not the same thing.